What's up, guys? Today we're going to be taking a look at the S21 Plus in this late 2023. Actually, there are quite a few questions about this phone. It's a very popular phone. So the phone is going for around $250 in the used refurbished marketplace, and I get a lot of questions about this phone in comparison to the Galaxy A34, which you can also get brand new for $250. That a lot of you guys liked as well too. In my opinion, this is a better phone, but obviously you're going to be getting this used refurbished, but it is a better phone overall, and we're going to go over why I think that. And I actually really like this pick in the used refurbished marketplace for one reason. Again, it's cheap, and then also the software updates as well is kind of like the main reason. This phone qualified for the 4-year pledge that Samsung promised, so it will be getting Android 14 and I believe Android 15. I'm pretty positive, correct me if I'm wrong, but it will get Android up to Android 15 as well too, and it'll also get security patches. So I think that's pretty good for an older phone that you get for $250. I got this one off Amazon or eBay, and it's in really good condition. I think I paid like $200 for it. I did a whole unboxing on it if you guys want to check it out. Let's go over what I like about this phone. One of the things that I really like about this phone in particular is the design. So compared to something like a Galaxy A34, this phone just overall still looks and feels, more premium. It's got a IP68 dust and water resistant design. It's got that cool matte finish on here with I really like the camera cutout that Samsung did. They got rid of it with the S22 lineup and up. And yeah, it still has a really cool look to it. I think it still has that really nice premium look. Now the screen on the S21 Plus is also really good. You got really nice thin bezels on here, and overall just a really nice display coming in at 6.7 inches. It's a 1080p panel, and then you also have a dynamic AMOLED panel. It is 120 Hz. HDR10 Plus is on board. It gets up to 1300 nits peak brightness, so even if you take it outdoors in direct sunlight, you can still do a pretty good job with being able to view the display. And overall, it's completely flat, and yeah, I just really like it. I don't have anything really negative to say about this phone. It does have a pretty nice PPI on here, 394, so everything looks sharp and clear on this display. And honestly, I think it's better than the Galaxy A34's display as far as the overall design and look of the display, and also again like the bezels. But yeah, so overall super bright, colorful display. Now when it comes to performance on this phone, you're gonna get some pretty good performance still. It has the Snapdragon AAA processor on here. I've never had any major overheating problems with this phone, and also this phone, it did get the update to support the 90 frames. I remember when I first unboxed it, it didn't support the 90 frames, but now we have 90 frames on here, and it's just a super smooth experience. So that's something that I really like. And again, we're running Android 13 One UI 5.1. We also have on the base storage 128 gigs of internal storage and 8 gigs of RAM on board. So overall for the gaming experience, I have to say, again, it beats a lot of these, mid-ranger and budget phones, in my opinions. Again, something like a Galaxy A34, which cannot do this at 60 frames or 90 frames. So if you're, a competitive PUBG player and you're on a budget, you can play PUBG 90 frames on here. And like I said, I had no issues with performance at all. And a lot of people, they want to know, like, is there any type of lag with animation, stuff like that? Like I said, guys, I think the phone has actually been getting smoother with these updates, and I think it'll only get smoother with One UI 6, which I think made my S23 just really buttery smooth. But as you can see here with a lot of these updates, animations look good. So you can see no lag or anything like that. When it comes to software, we have all of our, essential software features here. Samsung desktop support, secure folders, wireless power sharing, all that good stuff. You can take advantage of Good Lock. So let's talk about the cameras on the S21 Plus. I still think this phone takes excellent photos. So you have a 12 megapixel standard, a 64 megapixel telephoto, and then you have up to 30 times zoom on this phone as well too. Does a really good job with the 3x shots. You also have a 12 megapixel ultra wide on here as well too, and this phone can actually still shoot up to 8K 24. And then you also have a 10 megapixel selfie cam that shoots in 4K 60. So it still takes some really great shots. Like I said, you put it into 64 megapixel mode, it'll give you some fairly detailed shots as well too. which is something that I like. So the video is also pretty solid on the S21 Plus. The selfie cam does a pretty decent job. So again, it pretty much takes photos like still like a flagship phone, in my opinion. Even if you compare it to like an S23, S22, it's still going to take really good shots, as you guys can see here. Again, so I have no real issues with the cameras on the S21 Plus. Here's a video on the S21 Plus. Now this one I do have the option to do my 3x and my 0.5. This phone also has stereo speakers. So you have pretty good speakers on here as well too. Pretty good amount of bass on here. Not the loudest I've heard, but if you cover the bottom one, you still get a good amount of sound. And you also do have on here the ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, so it's blazing fast when it comes to that. Now battery life is also pretty good on the S21 Plus. It has a 4800 milliamp hour battery, 25 watt wired charging, wireless and reverse wireless charging. And you get pretty good battery life on this one. Even though mine's is a used one, I'm still getting really good battery life, definitely over 6 hours of screen on time. This is a phone that I absolutely love. Great standby time as well too. It's got all the flagship features, and like I said, you can find them for like $250, and it's just a really good phone to buy. There's nothing that I don't like about this phone at this price point. It's really, really impressive.